webinar. And I really want to have 1 hour of sharing authenticity and thinking together about emotional intelligence 4.0. I think about this topic months ago, and specifically during this pandemic, it's like became insightful for me. And I invite everyone, to have, it's like dual thinking mode for me as coach and for my clients. And if you can have small paper and pen to write down your insights, and I think it will be very insightful webinar. So for me as a coach and as a human being, and also for my clients. And to start, please breathe deeply, and just to activate our presence, our full presence to us and to our self-development. And see you in 1 hour, okay? See you in 1 hour. Thank you so much. Wow. My screen is shared. Great then. Intelligence, emotional intelligence, or EI 4.0 as a change activator. Why is to use new version of emotional intelligence to support yourself and your clients, and how can the EI build the leadership effectiveness through the current changes? Because as coach, we are leaders, and we have to inspire our clients and our communities. This is why I think about the 2 topics, and to make links and build bridges between them. I work with my clients to help them to go through and activate changes with serenity, because I'm fully convinced that we can target and we can aim effectiveness and performance with well-being and serenity. So I work on this in the last 3 years, just after living in Emirates and working with the Middle East and Europe. Why this topic? I worked a lot about this subject, VUCA words. I think that we had a lot of webinars with ICF and others talking and working with the VUCA words. And now we have this COVID-19. COVID-19 brings new things to our VUCA. It's volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. But COVID-19 brings invisible things. I think that we have now VUCA, which is invisible. We have a mysterious guest. I can't call it a guest. It's not in me, this virus. It was guest. It helps us to think really out of the box. Personally, I was challenged to make new ideas, to think out of my habits, and to be in agile mode. I will not lie, during the first 2 weeks, it was like questioning, it was like I was in shock and a little bit denying the situation. But after 2 weeks, I said, okay, here we are. So it's invisible, it's small, we cannot see it, but it's affecting the world. I think I have one question. Yes. And now in this VUCA, which is invisible, vulnerable, uncertain, and complex word, we really need to rethink things, restart new models. Emotional intelligence 4.0, it's to revisit the EI standards in agile mode, I said, to reconsider other topics and make links and bridges. For example, behaviors, needs, the change curve, and others, and to link this emotional intelligence with the 8 competencies. I give some examples to make links, and how can we build our core competencies through this emotional intelligence reviewed. Just I will just go through it. I think that all of you know it. What are we talking about? It's the ability to understand and manage our own emotions, and as well as recognize and influence emotions of others around us, and especially motivating ourselves and managing emotions. And this is the link with emotional intelligence and leadership. We are going to talk about the 5 competencies of emotional intelligence, which are self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, social skill, and self-motivation. The self-awareness ability to recognize and understand our moods, emotions, and drives, as well as their effects on others. Where are we now after 2 months of lockdown, or 3 months, or everywhere we are? Where are we regarding our moods, our emotions, and drives? Because we know, in order to bring out the best in others, we have to do it with us, because the best tool of the coach is himself. So this is why self-awareness is the first to play. Questions for all of you, and you can answer in the chat box. What is my current emotional state? Am I experiencing discrete feelings and emotions? And can I name them? If you can write down, and Dr. Badri will share it. What is my current emotional state now, for the time being now? Can I name it? I'll read. Concerned, excited, yes. What else? Great. Uncertainty, focused, anxious, excitement. Great. Wake, happy, surprised. Good. Overwhelmed, curious, challenged, confused, humbled. Great. Thank you for sharing. Well, Shara, thank you. And yes, grateful. I think that all of us will read somewhere in some newspapers and articles that at the time being of this pandemic, we are really facing and challenging our needs and needs. And every strat and every level, we are reconsidering our relationship with those needs differently. For example, physiological needs. I have to face, for example, my sleep, quality of my sleep last 2 weeks, because it's Ramadan and we sleep very few hours, and or our biological system is changing. Safety needs, for example, employment. A lot of coaches, they have no ideas about how many orders they have, a lot of postponement, lot of big questions regarding the next coming months. Love and belonging. A lot of families, they are in quarantine, far from their families. Here, for example, we have many students outside of the country and they cannot go back. Esteem, a lot of people, they lost their job, so they don't have how to pay their diary or how day-to-day life is more and more challenging. And regarding the top one, the self-actualization or self-realization, as coach, what are our purpose? What are we going to work on if we are challenging the basics, the physiological needs and safety? How can we, it's like lifting up, lifting down. This lift is a little bit hard for our emotions and our being. How can we, in a being state, and we are thinking daily about having and acting. And our challenge is being, acting, and this balance, new balance to find. And I invite you to we are going to launch the first poll. And the question is, which need level are you challenging now? And you can answer, please, which need level are you challenging during this crisis? You have multiple choice. Yes, team, capitalization. Yeah, great. Great. Good. $19. Thank you for answering. Continue. We still have time, I think, to have all answers. 56 voted. Great. We have our results. 58% of you, they are challenging the first one, or the fifth one, which is desire to become the most that one can be. And 35% safety needs. Yeah, the employment research. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your insight. And I want to make the link between this emotional intelligence competency and our core competencies. I choose the 8th one, the new version, and just zoom on maintain presence, listen actively, evoke awareness. I'm sure that we can find also links between the others, but I find those 3 very significant for our webinar. Maintain presence. And the relationship between the self-awareness and maintaining presence, we can find it here. For example, we, as coach, we are fully conscious and present with our client. We are empathetic and responsive. We are curious and manages one's emotions to stay present with the client. How can we be present to our clients and if we are not present to ourselves? Demonstrate confidence in working with a strong client emotions during the coaching process. And this is a challenge. Creates or allows a space for silence, pause, or reflection. How can we create this silence if we don't have inner silence? If our inner side, we are thinking about physiological needs or other needs. This is our challenge now. And the self-awareness and to be aware of our emotions and our inner state is It's the basics, the fundamental to settle and to build our new ADN, our DNA, our new DNA, and to face what are we going through. And the second competency of emotional intelligence is self-management, which is the ability to manage and control or redirect disruptive impulses, moods, and our capacity to think before acting. Now we were aware because we worked a lot on ourselves, but now we are challenging and facing new things, which is pandemic, which is global, which is international. It's not only in my country, it's global. And a lot of activities are facing the same things. So how can I manage myself? How can I manage my stress? How did the ability to self-regulate affect the outcomes and your relationship with others daily? If you can answer in the chat box, so everyone can see your answer. How did this ability to affect my relationship with my families, my clients, my partners, my team? A lot of coaches, they have a team, they have a business to run. Also, coaches are entrepreneurs. So how did you manage this? You have the chat box and you can answer by maybe quick words or quick. I'll share also. I cannot see the answers. And what can you exercise to regulate your emotions and releasing endorphins, adrenaline, and serotonin and dopamine hormones? I'll share I'm in better control of emotion in the room, hence drive or regulate the conversation to have a win response. Yes, it was really challenging. Emotional balance requires a lot. Serving with poise, being present in the moment about our emotion. I'll share with you also my experience. The first 2 weeks, it was a little bit like digesting time. And after, I think I stressed a little bit and I had to reconsider everything. And I said, oh, how can I, because I had 80% of my orders were postponed, no date. And I did 5 hours of supervision. I have my own, my current supervisor, and we had our session. We have every 6 weeks, we have a session. And I tried new supervisors, and I think those hours were, it's like insightful, it's open up some things. And I started to rethink differently. I did my job on myself, and I struggled. I had to struggle with my emotions, also my fears, and I write it down, and I make new plan different than the first one. And this supervision was very different, and it was like a gift. It's like a gift from God. So it was very, very insightful supervision. And I tried, yeah, it's like a new start for me. Exact. Meditate, do exercises, and breathe, pause, reflect. Yeah, breathing exercise. And it's like a review. One basic, I think that all of us, we know this, but I review this. To receive, you have to give. It's like giving and receiving. And I start an operation. It's pro bono coaching for doctors and for people who are in needs. And it's was stimulating other coaches, and we are more than 10 coaches working together just for free and giving 3 hours per participant or per coachee. And it's like giving, and we did it just to give, not in order to have database or in order to have to build some things after. No, we did it just to give and to share our time. And this action, it's like it was like I give some things, and really I received a lot of things. And thanks God, now I have, it's like coming up again. So I have new orders, and I have new client also that I work with that I never expect before. So it was like receiving and giving. And this supervision was also, it's like it's like unlock my fears. Yeah, it was unlocking my fears. Great. And we have some answers like yoga, meditation also, and exercises. And I want also to add to activate those good and positive hormones as coach, because we are in productive mode. We have our energy also to produce. This is how Freud he says our libido is going out. Our production is a way of expressing our creativity, and this is why we need to work and continue to produce. This is the energy that should go out. We should give and we should produce and write, maybe thinking differently, conceiving new models, writing, preparing webinars. Why not? And yeah, I was totally sure that we are living in our own curve, our change curve. And as I say, that I share in the beginning that I was a little bit shocked, 2 weeks, just to realize that this is lockdown and I will not go. I'm commuting. I'm living in Rabat city, and I'm working in Casablanca city. So I'm commuting every day, approximately every day. I unlock fears. And those 2 weeks, it's like I was in shocked states. And after I was denying, I was calling my clients and say, we can do digital session, we can do online session. And they said, no. We don't believe here in Morocco, specific clients. No, we don't believe in those kind of session. We will wait until, and those are big companies. It's a bank, it's a big bank. And I was a little bit shocked by this answer. How come they cannot do digital or online sessions? And after this frustration, I said, okay, keep these sessions for after and think differently. And it was after, I think that I spent 10 days of meditating, breathing, doing some exercises in the roof because I cannot go out. And little bit, yeah, low mood. Really, I was in low mood very quick time, very few, I think 2-3 days. It wasn't depression, it was anger. I had anger, some kind of anger against some partners, because I work I have in my network some coaches, and they have this anger. I wanted to work with them as team, as we had to do. And I was a little bit surprised by their feedback, by their reaction. They prefer to do differently. And after this supervision, I understood that it was kind of paranoia. they had little bit a lot of problems and financial issues than me, that this is why they act this. And okay, and then started experimenting. I experiment Instagram. So I was like absent in Instagram and experimented. I did lives with some famous people and it works. Yeah, it's nice. And now I'm making new decisions. So making new decisions to how can I do after this and positioning myself differently and maybe working on more globally and yeah a lot of new things. Here we are. Question number 2 for you. Where are you in your transition process? Thanks, Candid and Pro. I will launch the second poll. Where are you? Poll 2. Here we are, please. Great. Where are you in your transition process? You are quicker this time. Great. Good. 43 participants. 60% voted. Yeah. Great. Acceptance. Great. Please vote. Yeah. 30. Yeah. You are, please vote. Not answering in the chat box, but please vote. Great. Yeah. Well, you are around 41% to experiment new things and 59% in decision acceptance level and 31 to integrate and make new sense. Great then. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we can continue. And yeah, for sure. Remember that you have your own paper and write down where are you and where your client could be. Yeah, remember your clients also. Yeah, and the social, we remember emotional intelligence, we have 5 competencies: self-awareness, we talk about our emotions, how to state them and to write them down, self-management, how to manage ourselves, how to manage our emotions, our moods, even if I'm not good, but I'm working on myself, I'm working on my mindset to at least to share good mindset and positive energy with my family. For example, and the third one is social awareness and social skills, and the fifth one will be motivation. Just between brackets, last 2 days I am with my husband and my brother, and they were not good. They were really not good. It's like I think that they were in their bad mood states, and I just shared some jokes with them and said, okay, my mans are depressive now, so we have to play some things just to make them funny and make them change. And they said, yeah, okay, we are not good, we're a little bit tired. And this is why I need my own space and my own supervision to think about my ideas and my feeling, because they need me, and they don't have enough energy and space like I do. So this is my way of helping them. And yeah, social awareness, yeah, understanding other emotions and empathy also. And maybe it's time to write for our family and our clients also. How, yeah, how can we work with our clients in the time being in this pandemic, in this context, to help them to grow, to help them to, yeah, overpass this situation. If you have any questions, you can write it down and we will share, because I did a lot of webinars and a lot of reflection. Maybe we can share some insightful ideas for you or for what are you facing. And here we are in the second competence, the core competency, the active listening. And this is why we listen with our eyes, our heart, and all our senses. Active listening, when we are working on our emotional intelligence, on our social awareness, we are also working on this competency. We can see here that considers the client context, identity, environment, experience, values, and beliefs to enhance understanding of what the client is communicating. Notice and knowledge and explore the client's emotion, energy, shifts, nonverbal, and other behaviors. And how can we do this if we don't listen to our heart and our sense? And this is, it's always dual work, to work on ourselves, to work on our active listening, what our body is telling us, and our immediate environment. And how can we work with the clients to go through it and to communicate and to let him or her express their emotions. And the social skills, yeah, here we are, the ability to manage other emotions. Like I said, for the example with my family, it could be the same for you. I think hopefully we work on ourselves and we can go forward and we can manage and we can help them to go through this situation. And here is the challenge also, how to be and to keep our motivation. And I think this is by being resilient and believing deeply in our sense, in our mission. And this point of self-motivation is the key point with the leadership. And Daniel Goleman also, he said, the people who will become the leaders, the people who will become the star performers are the ones who have the strength in the key emotional intelligence abilities and find their own, they can build their vision, because a leader is about creating a way of people to contribute to making something extraordinary happen by giving meaning, developing, empowering, communicating, motivating, and a team building, and also building a vision. This is our challenge. How can we have and build a vision in this chaos? Because we can go inside and think deeply and reconnect with our resources. We can find solution that no one can do. And new question for you. Which one do you want to strengthen from the 6? If you have other skills, please share it. This is for the audience, if you can answer. Okay, I will share with you supervision. Is okay. Give meaning. Yeah, great. Which one do you want to strengthen now? Develop, okay. Is there a sequence? Motivate. Communication. Empower. Give meaning. Okay. Good. 1 and 5. Okay. For every answer, please, you write it down and you choose for you and for your clients. And for example, for your clients, you can just start your exercises. For example, choose the 5 more important clients for you and choose what should I develop for them? What do they need from me? I'm a coach, I'm a leader. We know that we are the decision leaders, and also we have this business leadership as entrepreneur or people. They will choose you because you inspire them as a coach, as a human being. So what do I need to fit more with my target, to fit more with my client who are living and going through this crisis? And remember your own challenges and ask yourself, what are they facing? Where are they now? And for example, if they are facing each level of needs, what could I do? Which answer can I give? And this is how I can make and build link between current situation of my clients and I. And it's here, I think that the term co-construction or co-development that we have in a coaching partnership finds the deep meaning. We are co-constructing with our clients solution in this chaos to build, co-creating. We are co-creating new future, new vision with our client. And here, we should have leadership of the relation. We can talk, we can, for example, suggest workshops, brainstorming workshops with our clients to think about this future, how to grow with them, how to grow together with our clients. And just to remember, flash that exemplary leadership is the model. We have to model the way of development. We have to inspire shared vision, challenge the process, enable others to act, and the others, family and clients and team members, everyone, and encourage the heart. This crisis, this COVID, this gift, I think that it challenges people and the whole humanity to encourage heart and encourage being state more than acting state. Staying at home without going out, it's really challenging situation to activate the being state of human that we are. And I think about deontological levels, which is really, I think, linked to leadership development also, and to challenge where am I as coach and also my clients. My environment now, I am at home, but I'm connected to the world. How do I behave? For example, I have the choice, staying at home, sleeping, eating, being maybe in bad mood, or being in action, sharing times, learning new things. For my side, for example, after the 2 weeks of questioning myself, I started a new program with the American University, and it's very, very insightful for me. The capabilities, it's time to make much. What do I not do? What can I do? What do I need to develop? And it's really time to do this pros and cons, and to evaluate my capabilities, beliefs, and values. For example, a lot of customers and a lot of clients today, they are accepting to be in digital, in online training, online coaching, and a lot of coaches also, they are able, or they think that they should, for example, use applications or digital as integral element of their offer. And who am I as coach? Who am I today? Who am I as a leader? Who am I as, what motivates me? And what permissions do I accept to give myself to go forward? And yeah, of course, I think this situation challenges us also to think about our spirituality. Why are we doing all that? The purpose of our lives. Yeah. And are we able now to dare think about things that we never did, or we never had a time to? I think all those questions are good for us, for our health, mental health, and psychological health, and professional health also. Yeah, it's time to rethink about those things now, so we can go forward. And yeah, of course, it's linked to evoke awareness to us and our clients, just to remember that, for example, evokes awareness, it's in response to the client needs. And also as coach, we help our client identify factors that influence current and future patterns of behavior, thinking, or emotion. We share observation, insights, and feeling without attachment that have the potential to create new learning. So we have to be able to create new learning for us, so we can really co-create with our customers. Great. And to sum up, some emotional intelligence skills with leaders toolkit. It's self-confidence, emotional self-awareness, transparency, empathy, inspirational leadership, developing others, teamwork, and collaboration. Also be able to manage conflict and influence others. And in the end, for you, for us, what are your next steps? Instead of self-awareness, leadership skills, and follow-up actions from today, what you decide to follow up as actions from today. If you can write it down, if you want to share some insight, it will be helpful for us, all of us, like we share this time. Let's share our insights. Sharing is caring, and we care about each other. Okay, some books just for read. And Dr. Badri, I finish. If we can share as coach, one should influence, not try to impact. Yes, influence. Yes, here we are.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Yeah, a lot of insights, and I think a lot of opportunities to do introspection, whether it is about EI or how, taking what we will do as a leader, and what leaders actually need to do, and how we can support our coach, and a lot of insights. Maybe we can, some of us can ask questions in case they want to unmute themselves. Please go ahead, or you can write in the chat box. We have some.
Exactly. Please feel free to ask questions and to share insights also. I will answer to, I received one question about my supervision. Well, I did it normally I have a process every 6 weeks. I have one session because it's related to my practice hours. And in the time being, I was faced to a new situation at the beginning of April with some partners, and it was like it was anger and fears and little bit frustration. And I had this opportunity with a group of supervisors. It's in French, but by the way, I'm giving now some supervising hours for free pro bono for coach when they need. And those 3 hours, because it was 3 hours specific to handle this situation, because they were new supervisor, new situation, and it really helped me to go forward, to find solution, to work on this anger, to question myself about it, because every anger and emotion is just opening up some things that we didn't heal, and it was the answer.
Yeah, Dr. Anju Chawla has asked the question. Then
I think that we have not managing other emotion and reflecting on this. Key creative self-awareness, acceptance in others, helps clients find their latent reservoir of strength. Oh, nice. Thanks a lot for your time response. Thank you. I think so. Yes, the self-awareness is it's like the first level. Self-awareness. We cannot be aware of others if we are not aware of ourselves. How can I feel? How can I feel others? How can I build this trust with others if I'm not building trust with myself, intimacy and the trust with myself? Really, it's time to really care about ourselves, to really care and to focus on important things, and being first for ourselves, being for ourselves after being for others. I know that we love giving, but it's also time to give to ourselves love and kindness and smoothness also, and to build up our confidence and awareness so we can be ready to work with others.
Jihan, there are two other questions. One is from
Yes.
Kiran. Yeah.
What precisely is give meaning? Essential. You give, for example, as a leader, you give a vision, you share a vision, you co-create it, but you share. People, when you are the leader, people, they need to find in you the capacity to build, to be strong, and this is the first thing that you have to give as a leader. This powerful intention, powerful presence, orientation also. As a leader, as we know, as a coach, we question people. We just need to give them very smart and strong questions. And to be in this capacity, we should really build inner power, and to be in adult mode, not in parent one, because the mistake, what we are facing now, the mistake, I think since the lockdown starts, we don't have, as for example, especially for the executive and manager that I work with, it's kind of nourishing mode. They are protecting their teams now. And as a coach, we can work with them to be in the adult mode and going out from protecting and nourishing. So here you give the process, just go back to the process and explain that all the world and globally we are facing the same things. what can help your team to grow, it's being in the adult mode and being more responsible and more creative. I am here as manager or as their leader to support them, but they have the ability to go forward and to go through this crisis. How do you measure AI? Well, to measure the emotional intelligence today, nowadays, we have some tools. We have some tools, some tests, EQ, I think. I didn't want to talk about that, but just to talk about the concept and link it to others. And but there is one. You can, yeah, if you are interested, and I can answer on LinkedIn or on Instagram if you, there is specific. I'm certified in this tool, and you have your report and your test and how to build every competency in the in your EQ. Thank you. Great. Can we activate the cameras, Dr. Badri?
Just yeah, like all of us can activate.
To say, yeah, to say hi and maybe, yeah, to say people, to thank them. Thank you for being present, for sharing your ideas. Hello, Bishara. Hello, hello. Hello, Tarek. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Dr. Badri.
Thank you so much. So friends, there is another, there is a consortium on emotional intelligence, which is at, I think, Rutgers University, eiconsortium.org. I have just shared this website with the chat.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
It is all, all the emotional intelligence tools.
Yeah.
It was starting from the history when Silovey and another guy who coined emotional intelligence in 1990, and then Daniel Goleman made it famous in 1995, and then he wrote another book in 1997 working with emotional intelligence. So a lot of tools are there on this emotional intelligence, this eiconsortium.org. This is very powerful, like everything about EI from that in the 1990 various models, everything is there. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And let me share the emotional email IDs for CCUs again. Give me a second. Let me share in the chat box. So thank you so much, everyone, for participating. And thank you, Jihan. I know you are on fasting and then doing this webinar and it was very interesting. You know, some deep learning was there. Some introspection was there. Though it was brief, just 1 hour. But I think then we have to spend another 1 or 2 hours in just thinking and absorbing what you have shared. So would you please share your presentation also so that I can share it with
yeah, of course. Yes, of course, I will share it.
Thank you so much. And thank you, guys. Thank you for participating. And you send your email for CCUs on those emails which I have shared. Yeah, you want to say something? Yeah,
please. I will share the document with Dr. Badri, and if you can just, for example, we don't have enough time that you can share your final insight or the deep thought that you talked about it. If you can share it on my LinkedIn, if it's possible, I will.
That's great. Okay. Yeah. So friends, I will share the recording of this, and then I will get presentation from Jihan and we'll share with everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.